What's up, Aaron? How you doing today?
Can I just say, my favorite part about doing these videos, to be honest, is Simo is so consistent with his intro. Does he do the thing that goes like, he always goes rare and rare and rare, like every time? What does he do for you?
He goes CGB, which, by the way, in MagicCon Atlanta, at my meet and greet, there's this little area where the line has to be, and then like there's a handler who stands there. I know, very fancy, I know, and releases the person from the line to now come up and approach me at the table, the guest, and multiple people, both the first person and second person in line, in fact, came walking up to me going, CG.
That's fantastic.
So I have people clapping in my direction now because of Simo.
That's amazing. You have to see that in person. Sorry, I was laughing because he's very consistent, but for when we do our videos, there's like no consistency. It's just like
there's none. No, I make it up as I go along, because that's the spice of life, and we still don't even know. Like, at this point, this video is dead on YouTube. We are 90 seconds in. I haven't even told the audience what we're doing today, so this video is cooked. But we're looking at Avatar cards. Are you excited?
Yes. Favorite show of
all time.
Best show of all time.
Is this on the internet? Have you told the world this?
Yeah. If you look right here. There's a disc plate. That was like the first one I bought because it's my favorite show.
Awesome.
I love it.
So this is your crossover. This is your favorite show coming to Magic. Are you excited?
Yeah, I already bought 4 boxes. I think I told you already. So
that's like what is that? That's like $4,000, dude. Are you?
Well, see,
what?
The good news is I bought it before like it spiked quite a bit. So again, like I'm in a good spot. Also, like I'm not opening 2 of them. Like they will be there for 10 years later.
Retire.
To pay for my cat's college tuition if it ever decides to go. We're not sure about kids yet, so we're still wondering whether or not that tuition will be paid for through those boxes. But I think, listen, it's a good. I'm excited.
Well, today there are a certain number of revealed Avatar cards. We're going to talk about them. We're going to see what we think of these beautiful cards. We're going to start with the one that I think is like everybody's got to see Aang, right? We got to talk about Aang.
Right.
Let's review the Avatar Aang.
Avatar Aang, red, green, white, blue, legendary creature, human avatar ally. Oh my god, that's the art. Flying, firebending 2. Whenever you waterbend, earthbend, firebend, or airbend, draw a card. And if you've done all 4 this turn, transform Avatar Aang. You're gonna have to walk through what all of those things are.
Yeah. So they have revealed them. I have to like look all of them up.
I'm surprised. I guess I was like, why don't they have all of like the descriptions on this card specifically? But then I was like, that's a lot of text on Avatar.
It's too many. So firebending is when you attack with this card, you add red mana to your mana pool or something. Hold on, I've got it. Whenever this creature attacks, add X red. This mana lasts until end of combat. So when Avatar turns sideways, you make 2 red mana, but you have until the end of combat to use it.
Okay.
So that's firebending. Now we got to know other things too, don't we? My God. Okay. I got some earthbending here. Nope, I don't. Hold up. I got some earthbending here. Reading the card totally explains the card.
I'm just saying, if you show this to people who haven't read the mechanic yet, they're gonna be like, "What the hell does that even mean?" Right?
Yes, absolutely. That's why we start here in the most confusing way. All right, so this is earthbending. You ready?
Go.
Target land you control becomes a 0/0 creature with haste that's still a land. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on it.
Okay.
I think it's going to be like, so that's for Earthbend 2. I'm reading an Earthbend 2 card. So I'm guessing if it's like Earthbend 1, put 1 +1/+1 counter on it. If it's Earthbend 4, put 4 counters on it, etc.
Okay, makes sense.
When the land dies or is exiled, return it to the battlefield tapped.
Okay.
All right, we're animating lands. That's what we're doing there.
That's pretty flavorful for what earthbending is. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, not bad. All right, airbending. Airbending is when this enters, you exile target non-land permanent, and its controller may cast it for a generic 2 mana at any time they could normally cast it.
Okay. Like,
all right.
Pseudo removal, kind of.
Kind of. Yeah, it is both removal. I guess you could use it on your own stuff. It's, I don't know. It's airbending. Wow.
Wow.
I have to find the other one. Did I read that text even right? Exile that one. Exile. Yep, that's right. Okay. I have to make sure. This is a lot of information. I don't want to mess it up.
I've ever seen. This is perfect.
Yeah, true yap session. We're getting rid of all the people on YouTube who need this spoon fed to them and just giving them the raw extra stuff. Good God. All right, last one, waterbending. What is a waterbend? While paying a waterbending cost, you can tap your artifacts and creatures to help. Each one pays for 1. What?
Okay, so waterbending's mana cheating if you can use stuff on board.
Yes, that's it. Waterbending basically has convoke and improvise at the same time, which are the keywords in the past that were for paying for costs.
Okay, so firebending's for combat, earth is for your lands, airbending is pseudo removal, and waterbending is you could use stuff on board to mana cheat. Okay. That was a good summary, right?
That's a really good summary. Okay. Cut everything before that, Libby. This is why you're the prodigy, dude. This is why you're the card game god.
I'm paying 4 different mana for a card that's flying and firebending too. So if he attacks, I get 2 temporary red mana. Okay. Also, if he does attack, I end up drawing a card, which is nice. If I've done all 4 of those in a turn, transform Avatar Egg. So as a card, or you transform it by playing this. This is a commander, almost guaranteed. So
guaranteed.
Standard's bad. We're not doing this shit standard. So there's no way this is.
We can talk about standard if we need to. VV might be banned, but yeah, this is probably way too slow for standard.
That is very slow. Yeah. As a commander, it's cool because you get 4 colors, that's very, very nice. And as the avatar, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, what's the flip version? This is worth doing this. You fly. Spells you cast cost white, blue, red, green, less to cast. Oh, so it just
and black.
And black's right. And then it's just like defaulted by 1. Can reduce generic cost. What does that mean?
So like, if that line is unique, we haven't seen this before.
So I'm going to assume that it's like blanket 1 less mana for all of those.
That would not be the correct assumption.
Oh, what is the correct assumption then?
It's 5 mana less for everything. Unless it's a double green or double red or triple red kind of pip situation. Well, it reduces generic costs. So a card that is 4 generic and green would be 0.
All right, so he's truly the avatar if you get this shit.
Yeah, he's kind of omniscient in that way. Okay. Also, that's a black mana symbol on the backside, so this is a 5-color commander.
Holy. At the beginning of each upkeep, you may transform Aang, Master of Elements. If you transform it back to its like self, I'm guessing. Yeah. If you do, you gain 4 life, draw 4 cards, put 4 +1/+1 counters on him, and he deals 4 damage to each opponent. Yeah, but why would you ever want to do that?
Maybe you don't need to cast any spells. Maybe you have no cards to cast. Maybe that's why.
It's crazy to think that I think in Commander, like, you're always gonna have stuff to cast with this. But yeah, you could be right. I mean, if you get to the Master of Elements, it's probably one of the best cards in Magic the Gathering history, I'd imagine.
Busted.
Doesn't it have Busted. Like what's the keyword that like stops anything from doing damage to it though? So it can die relatively easy, but I guess if you're just casting a bunch of spells to protect it, like, I'm sure you'll be okay. What a crazy card, to be honest. That's an insane line of text.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a first in Magic for the ability to reduce generic costs. Every other card like this that I can think of is safeguarded by the idea that, like, you can only pay for the specific mana pip, but not this baby. I
wonder, it's actually like really hard to tell how good this is going to be, because I guess this is contingent on like every other bending card. because you only
like whether
firebend
or not you can flip it.
Yeah, because I don't think you're playing this just for Aang, like on its own. Like you want the flip version because the other version's fine, but I'm sure there's cards that could do that a lot better, just like drawing cards. But if you end up getting the actual flip, like it's probably one of the best commanders you can run just because it's also 5 colors. But then I'm saying like to bend 4 times, the other cards matter because Aang can only firebend himself, right? So
Yeah.
it depends on, it's contingent on how good the other bending cards are, but very flavorful for what it is. Because that's what I would imagine that the Avatar would do, is like be like the best commander of all time. So pretty cool.
What if you could flip it without bending?
Would like I
Here,
like
check out this card.
Like physically
check
in
out
the
this
world,
card.
I could. What is this? Moon Mist. Transform all humans. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures other than werewolves and wolves. What year is this from? What the fuck is this card?
Yeah, this is a little printing from Innistrad, the first Innistrad. And if I could read really small print, I might be able to tell you what year it's from. But my God, that's too small. 90s, 90 something? No, 2000 something? I don't know.
So
2011.
Moon Mist is allowed to transform Aang, so you don't need to bend. So in some worlds, you can go cast Aang as my commander, Moon Mist, and then you have like the Master of Elements. That's what you're going with.
You literally go to the moon, just on the spot.
Wait, that's kind of sick.
Yeah, especially since it's a 5-color commander, so you can run every freaking tutor in your commander deck to go get Moon Mist, and that's assuming they don't print another way to transform Aang. They might,
so
but
at this point, because I know they've done reveals, at this point, how much of the Avatar collection have we seen? Like, have we seen most of it?
not like a quarter, something like that.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah,
Hey, they revealed so many cards.
they revealed 211 cards, but a lot of these are from the like beginner set, the kind of extended universe or something, and a lot of them are also the land arts. So the numbers are a little misleading. From the actual Avatar set, there are 110 cards revealed, and a good amount of those are also the alt arts. So let's see, we're looking at 95 cards revealed from the 290 some card
Wait,
set.
we still have so many cards to look forward to. Oh my God.
You're right.
Yo,
You're right. This is
like,
this is the preview. This is our appetizer.
I thought they were revealing most of like the set, because I was like, that's a lot of cards to showcase. Then it kind of makes sense because most of those cards seem pretty simple to begin with. So I was like, maybe, I don't know. Regardless, you got me very excited now, because now there's a lot more cards to look forward to. That's great. That's great. Okay.
There might be a lot more Moon Mist. It could be.
That's exciting. That's actually, well, I'm trying to think if there's anything in Avatar that would allow him to transform. Technically there is, but like it would depend. I don't know. Well, we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to spoil anything for people who don't know anything about the show, but
Okay. We're gonna avoid spoilers.
There are chances, which is cool. I mean, if Moon Mist is a real card, which it seems like it is, but that is, if you just look at the art, it's from a different, it's just not the same game. Like, that's not.
It's kind of a wow. It's the only card I think that transforms in this way, that is just there to flip another card over in this way. So that
seems good.
Really something.
I mean, it seems good. I mean, like that's just game winning on the spot if no one can stop you. So, and it's an instant, and then you get all the mana cheating. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for that. God, that line of text on the back is so nuts. Yeah, I've seen. Listen, you don't have to show
Altar
me this.
review.
I've already seen the Altar review. It looks great.
Yeah, that's a banger for you. That's 100%.
I'm stoked. That's probably gonna be, I would imagine, the chase card for this set.
There's gotta be some super special like version of this. Maybe it's chaos. What kind of foiling is this? Is gonna be galaxy foil, confetti foil, all of the above. Yeah, this card is gonna pop.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, God, I can't wait for this set, man.
But have you seen his buddy?
His buddy, Appa?
It's Appa!
Wait, so at MagicCon that you just went to, did they not showcase any Avatar cards there, or was it all like what was up and coming?
It was all stuff further out than that when I was at the panel. I didn't make it to the full panel. I had an event, but I was there for a good chunk of the panel, and it was all about 2026.
Oh, okay, interesting. I thought Atlanta would have been like where they're going to showcase a lot more Avatar stuff.
I thought so too, but they apparently had a lot of other announcements. Maybe we'll get to those.
Okay.
Maybe at the end we'll get to those, guys. Stay till the end. Don't give up. Don't give up on Avatar gushing.
Stay till the end. So funny. Okay. Appa, Steadfast Guardian, 2 neutral, 2 white, legendary creature, Bison ally, flash flying when Appa enters, airbend any number of other target non-land permanents you control. So that's where it actually says it. Okay, so you exile them while each one is exiled. Its owner may cast it for 2 rather than its mana cost. Okay, so like you're right. So you would want to use that for like when it enters the battlefield or something along those lines. Kind of unique. Okay, so like it's that card from white that like I want to say it's you're gonna have to tell me what card it is, but like it keeps
What'd it do?
It keeps like minions with like 2 power or less under it until it's destroyed. Along those lines.
Minions with 2 power less under it. Temporary lockdown?
Yes. If that gets airbended, does that mean all the minions that are under temporary lockdown go back to the board?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, see that's kind of interesting. But I don't even know if that's still in standard, but like that's interesting thought.
It's not, but they made a new version of it called Pinnacle Starcage that kind of does the same thing.
Okay. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. 4 mana for that. You would have to have a lot of reason for you to want to play this. Well, I mean, play 4 mana to bounce cards back to your hand or back to exile, and then you can play them for 2. That seems like extremely slow, to be honest, which is kind of depressing. I don't know why you would even need this with your. I guess so. Like. With Appa, you airbend them back. If Aang's transformed, they're basically free. So you could do some like really nasty stuff. I mean, that's great, but again, that's more like Aang than anything, no? Like Aang is just that line of text is so gross with stuff like this. So that means airbending is way better if you have Aang flipped.
Yeah, I've already seen a Commander game that must have been using proxies because obviously this isn't out there, where they moon misted Aang, flipped it, played Appa, and also played another version of Aang called Aang the Last Airbender from the starter kit, which is like it just enters and airbends target permanent. So Aang airbends Appa, Appa airbends other Aang, and you have an infinite loop.
And it just creates 1/1 creature tokens.
Yeah, creates like infinite 1/1s.
That's kind of sick. Again, that conversation's like, is that Appa being good, or is that like the Master of Elements being the problem here? Or not a problem, but just being extremely powerful.
I think we can have an honest conversation and say when your spells are free, that's a powerful thing, and lots of stuff goes infinite when everything's free. I think that's a reasonable thing to say there. And yeah.
That means like that combination's pretty sick then.
Well, for those of you building an Aang commander deck, 100%, like there is a combo just inside it on its own that basically wins the game on the spot. So 100% that's cool. Appa just as a flash 3/4 that airbends any number of other non-land permanents you control on cast is kind of wild. Like that can save your whole board.
Because it's flash.
It's interesting.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's also there's a lot of like different situations where this could be good. It's a lot of mana for it, but yeah, you're right. And that could be the difference of you, because then you're only playing for 2. I mean, even if you save a minion that costs like 8, like that's pretty great. Maybe there is a lot more merit for a card like this.
There are other cards, like Semblance Anvil is a card that reduces the cost of a card type by 2. Cloud Key can name creature. If you have something that says reduce your creature cost by 2, remember, it's just a generic cost. So if you can reduce that generic cost to cast things again, there are other ways of doing it for free without Aang.
Okay, so you're very up on Appa, at least in Commander, because we all know that this is not playable in Standard. So
is it not playable in Standard? Restoration Angel was a good Standard card, and that just entered for 4 mana flash and blinked something. I really want some of these Avatar cards to be good in Standard.
Well, I guess it also depends on what they're banning, right? Like, did they confirm that it's? I mean, they didn't confirm anything, but I know you said they hinted at like VV being banned, or at least, I was gonna say changed, but they don't nerf cards like that, so he's banned. Is there any inclination of like something else is also gonna get touched, or was it just VV?
Maybe Soul Cauldron will get banned as well, but that's definitely the plan. It would be nice if they also banned some more red cards, because that's the only other deck that's good, which is so embarrassing. But we'll see. But yeah, gosh, is Standard just cooked? I don't even know if I want to talk about Standard, talking about all these legendary Avatar cards. It'll just depress me. It'll just depress me.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean,
Op is sweet.
We had this conversation before where it feels like most Universe Beyond cards are like designed for Commander. Like, it was the same thing with Spider-Man. Like, it felt like most of them would have been played in Commander rather than Standard. But you never know. Maybe there's some really broken card that's in this set. Hopefully. Yeah. It'd be nice to have. I would be shocked if they're doing like a set like this that is ginormous, kind of like Final Fantasy, and it wouldn't have playable stuff. They need it. Like, maybe we have our own VV in this set, and then everyone plays that card, and then people start hating Avatar. It's just a bad cycle to be a part of.
Yeah, it's probably that. That's probably what we're doing. Just be quiet. We're gonna do the version of MTG Slop. Just look at the pretty Appa art. Just look at the Appa art.
MTG Slop.
do it. So, this is a big story. I mean, this is a Yap Sesh, right? We can get into it. Okay. So there is a big story in Magic the Gathering about a social post that went around last week at the time that we're recording this, that is from a pro player who is very upset with the direction of Magic, and it equated like Magic the Gathering over the past 20 some years to a restaurant. It's your favorite restaurant. You go there for a nice dining experience all the time. And then one day you notice that there's this menu item called slop, and you say, what's slop for? This is all in a social post. And the waiter says, the slop is for the piggies, but you can still order the other things. And then over time, the menu gets more and more slop for more and more piggies who are now in the restaurant. And now the restaurant is insanely successful feeding slop to piggies, but you don't like slop. You want the restaurant the way it used to be. And that was a social post that absolutely blew up, as you can imagine, for the outrage bait that is calling Universes Beyond fans slop and piggy, like slop eaters and piggies. But yeah, it's a big story in Magic right now, so it's almost becoming an inside meme to refer to Universes Beyond as slop.
Okay, so I'm guessing this was for like people they made this is like a particular creator, I'm assuming, or is this just like somebody who was just upset?
I would say this is a pro and a longtime pro, but not somebody that is a household name until maybe this.
Yeah, so I was gonna say that they're probably, if they're like an old Magic the Gathering boomer, it makes a lot of sense. And I'm assuming this was inspired by what they announced at MagicCon Atlanta, because they walked through probably what their sets are going to be next year. Probably half, more than half, were probably Universes Beyond, and now it feels like they're like maybe now it feels like they're being pushed in a corner because they don't want their Magic the Gathering to have Universes Beyond. I mean, I can understand that. We talk about a lot how it's cool to have like new stuff in this game and like bring in universes, but when that becomes the focal point, it does feel like Magic the Gathering has kind of lost its identity. It should be like a special occurrence, not something that just gets pushed very, very hard, even though money's nice. So I can understand I can get why they're doing it. I mean, it also depends on what they're picking. So like Lord of the Rings was successful because it fit the Magic the Gathering universe. Avatar pains me to say this, but I'm not sure if it really fits the Magic the Gathering universe. It's on the verge. Like, it's definitely one that you can consider being a part of it.
Yeah, it is. Like, you compare it to like Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and you compare it to some other sets that they've released, and it's fantasy. At the end of the day, it's fantasy.
So the overall community of Avatar, or how Avatar is being accepted into Magic, is good. Like, people like it.
I don't think, well, here's the thing. Everything is on a scale, right? And from like 1 being Lord of the Rings to a 10 being a Spider-Man, or you could invert those if you equate 1 with low number, all right? Like a 1 being Spider-Man, a 10 being Lord of the Rings. Avatar is probably around a 7, maybe an 8.
Okay, that's good. You like it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yep.
So before you continue with Avatar, because now I'm very curious, what was announced for next year that inspired that tweet? Because I have a feeling that some of that stuff that's coming is probably not great if that tweet was so popular.
Well, sure. Let's do this.
A good segue real fast to what's coming.
Yeah,
so
let's do this.
I did. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I knew that there was a Marvel set coming out because I did see that. Okay, so Lorman Eclipse is a Magic set. I'm guessing like that's a.
It is.
Okay, so then unannounced Universes Beyond means that is an IP that they haven't actually. What the fuck? Why would they not?
It is almost so at New York Comic Con happening any minute now at New York Comic Con, because there is a panel scheduled called Nickelodeon and Magic. They are expecting a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set to be announced.
Oh.
What do you think of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set if the rumors are true?
That's a weird one. I feel like that again. Do you guys have like talking? I'm sure you have talking like animals or humanoids.
We have Bloomberg. Yeah. So sure.
I think TMNT's not that weird in the Magic universe comparatively to like something like Spider-Man. It doesn't hit me as like what the fuck are they doing as much as it could. So, but I also don't know enough about TMNT to give like a good.
I know a lot. This was my childhood. Let's put it on the 1 to 10. 10 is Lord of the Rings. This fits in Magic. 1 is Spider-Man. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for me lands at about a 2. It's a little better than Spider-Man, but it's still in New York City. So much about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the modern culture. It's a modern United States like meeting kind of the ninja culture from Japan. That is a lot of what makes Ninja Turtles. And if it is in fact in New York and Raphael, and all I hear every time you see it is some kind of a Bronx accent or Brooklyn accent, I'm not here for it. It's not my jam.
Own TMNT? I guess Paramount owns it. Paramount owns it. Okay, so I mean, again, I don't know enough about the show. I know like the 4 main ones in Shredder, but I don't know like anything else. I know like one of them really likes pizza, so I would probably agree with you. I completely forgot it's based in New York. Doesn't one of them really like pizza? Am I tripping here?
There are 4 that like pizza.
They all like pizza.
They all love pizza.
I don't know why I associate like what's his name, Michelangelo, as like the pizza lover. Like that's the guy. So I don't know anything about TMNT. That's pretty funny. I was not expecting TMNT at all, to be honest. That seems weird.
I am dead serious. If they teleport all of the Ninja Turtle characters to Kamigawa, I will be much more in. Just get me out of New York. That was part of the problem with Spider-Man. It just felt way too urban, way too modern. I hated that.
The setting matters more than the characters themselves.
Not necessarily. It's if the characters themselves were like a problem, but I don't have a problem with a humanoid mutant ninja turtle in Magic. Like, at least these are types that exist compared to hero, villain, etc. Right?
Okay.
These are types that already existed in Magic. I would be okay with this as long as we just aren't in a modern setting. And I don't think they'll do that. I think the odds of them doing what was the 3rd Ninja Turtle movie from my childhood when they went to feudal Japan and became samurais, like, I don't think they're going to do that in this set. Yeah, but I would like it if they did.
How many characters we're getting like way off topic here, but I feel like
I know
Spider-Man at least has, as far as I'm aware, they have the universes, so the different realities. There's a ton of villains to be put into Spider-Man. Like, how much does TMNT have? Like, I feel like there's not that much in that show. But maybe I'm wrong. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't name
That's
anything.
one of my concerns too. There is a good number. Like, there is many seasons of a TV show. I'm assuming, I don't know if they get the movies, the TV show, the comics, everything. There were comic books. I mean, there were enough levels for like a 10-level video game. It is tough. It is a tough one. Also did not expect it to be a full set, but that is what is expected to be announced.
That's a rough... Well, I don't know how to call it rough without seeing it, but from an outsider's perspective, I wouldn't say that's super inspiring.
Agreed.
Not not hate, like I'm not judging it just by like it's TMNT, but maybe because I have no association with it. Like I think everyone knows Spider-Man has probably seen a movie of Spider-Man, so it's easier to digest it. That one feels so random, but maybe I don't know. Maybe it's like it will fit the theme and maybe it'll look good. Like what is Lorwyn? Like is that like a fun fantasy
fairies?
Okay.
Yeah, fairy tale, not quite Eldraine. It's a typal set. It is very much built on like here's the merfolk doing their thing and here's the fairies doing their thing, and you know all the different types. Kithkin, I believe, is Lorwyn. I missed the first Lorwyn. I took a break from Magic right around the time it released.
Okay, so this is like almost a brand new thing for you as well. Okay, well we'll see. Okay. All right, I got nothing on TMNT, but let's continue. So Secrets of Strixhaven is another Magic set, I'm assuming.
Yep, and going back to Strixhaven is kind of exciting. I will say they didn't do themselves a big favor at the announcement. They said we were going to explore the plane of Arcavios outside of Strixhaven, and my wife just looked at me and was like, but I want to go back to Strixhaven to go to Strixhaven because that's the name of the school. Arcavios is the plane. And they're like, we're going to explore the plane. And she's like, I wanted to go to the school. Why would we go to, I don't care what's on the plane. So we'll see.
Okay, so it may not be exactly what you guys are hoping for. Okay. God, you guys have so many sets. Holy shit.
No kidding. 7 is a lot of main sets. Okay, so it's a lot.
Then you have Marvel Superheroes, which is great set. Disney approves.
Oh,
CGB.
yeah? 10 out of 10, no notes? Hold on. Yeah. Love me, Disney, please. Here, look at this. Is some art they shared. Look how many different heroes and factions are represented in this art.
Well, this makes me believe it's like you've seen Endgame and you've seen Avengers.
Yes.
So like it's kind of, I would imagine it's just like that as a Magic the Gathering set where it's like everything from every universe is coming together to fight some evil villain. Guys, as far as I am aware, Thanos is not in Magic yet. It's just the Soul Stone and he's just on it. So it'd be something along those lines where they're probably going to bring like the big bad, and the whole thing about this is like they need to get like the heroes together like the Avengers. So that's kind of just, you know, a self-fulfilling prophecy based on what this art is, I would imagine, because that's like everybody. That set's going to be great.
I believe it was announced. I mean, I still don't think I'm making this up. You know how there's so much news nowadays, you wonder if you made something up, but I'm confident it was said to shareholders that there are 5 Marvel sets contracted. This would be the second one. Are they blowing their load too soon? I mean, look how many heroes are in this.
Are they blowing? Yeah, I guess it depends on how they want to handle it. I'm going to assume that they're going to line up with Secret Wars or whatever the other one is next year, so that there's another set that coincides with the release of the movie. But I'm not enough of a Marvel person to tell you how much I know there's a lot of content in Marvel though.
Yeah, it's a lot of, I'm sure they can make sets. I'm just worried they're putting all the good ones out too fast, but who knows?
Well, the thing is they again, it's all the universes, so this could just be Iron Man, and then the next set's gonna have Iron Man, Tony Stark #2, and then it's like even more saturated. I can't imagine that this set's gonna be bad necessarily, because like this is probably the heavy hitters when it comes to Marvel. Like Spider-Man has Spider-Man, but how, like, most of the villains, most people don't care at all. So like it's probably really difficult to make a set that like includes all of them and people get excited for that. Most people like most Marvel superheroes, I would imagine. So maybe this is more well received than Spider-Man. You have to agree and nod your head.
Yeah. It'll be a better design set for sure, because Spider-Man was supposed to be a mini set that turned into a bigger set for like contract reasons. This will be a set obviously designed to sell the crap out of Commanders and hopefully have some consideration of Standard, but who knows? But it will be designed as a better full set experience. I'm confident of that.
Okay. Well, that's
going to be like a huge selling. It's going to sell like crazy. Oh my God. Yeah. June is, mark your calendars. Jesus. Shareholders.
Okay. So then 1 month after you're getting The Hobbit, which if Lord of the Rings was very well received, then The Hobbit has to be well received because it's the same universe. I don't know if I've never seen the Hobbit movies, and I've never.
Jesus Christ!
I've never read the books. Well, I mean, my defense is like I knew the Hobbit was like 100 pages or some shit. Like it's not a very long book. How are they making 3 movies
pages.
off that book? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. It's obviously can't be that good. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch it. Maybe I should, but.
How many pages is the Hobbit book?
It's a small book.
300 pages. Nice try.
Okay.
All right.
300? Bro, for 3 movies? How many pages is the Fellowship of the Ring?
1 billion. What? Who cares? Okay. I mean, we all agree that they did a trilogy of The Hobbit for money. It's about 500 pages.
Okay, so if they made one really good movie off the Fellowship of the Ring, did we really need to split? Okay, anyways, regardless, Hobbit will be probably successful, which is great. People like,
dude, 300 card Magic set. They only need 1 card per page of The Hobbit. Easy.
Is it guaranteed going to be 300? I guess it's like there's the standard of how many cards are in a Magic the Gathering set.
That's about where it falls.
Who's the main guy in The Hobbit other than Bilbo?
The main guy in The Hobbit is Bilbo. He's the Hobbit
There's
in
no
The
one
Hobbit.
else?
Like what?
There's no party?
I mean, Gandalf is a major character. Yeah, Thorin's a major character, but the Hobbit's the Hobbit. You know, it's called the Hobbit. That's the Hobbit.
Again, there might be a problem of how many characters can they actually put into the Hobbit, but
I think it'll be fine. I think that this will match to a Magic set. Okay, I've read the Hobbit a few times. I've seen almost every piece of media made about the Hobbit many times, including the animated.
Oh, so you're a big fan.
Musical one. Yeah, I could probably sit down and sketch you out about 200 cards worth of things like pretty quick. Like the Hobbit, I think is going to be fine.
Okay, so Hobbit's good. You're up on the Hobbit. It seems like you're excited.
Yes.
What is Reality Fracture? Is that another Magic the Gathering set? See, it's concerning that I can't tell just from the name.
That is very concerning, and I agree with you. The Reality Fracture is supposed to be a Magic set. It's supposed to be the end of the current Magic story arc. Do you have any idea what the current Magic story arc is?
No.
Right. You and everybody else. So whatever.
I couldn't even tell you any story beats whatsoever. Like I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, something about loot and Jace and Vraska and something about that. But
I guess they kind of do. This is really becoming like the Marvel Cinematic Universe where it's like there's too much shit and I just can't handle it and I'm checking out mentally kind of. So I don't even know where to begin on that one, so we're just gonna move on. I have nothing to say. Okay, so Star Trek is an interesting one. That is a massive IP. That might be, other than Lord of the Rings, maybe the biggest, even though Final Fantasy is like the most successful. Star Trek is like, there's so much to do with Star Trek. Question is,
I mean,
what were you gonna say? I've never watched Star Trek either, to be completely fair, but I do know there's.
You've never watched any Star Trek?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
How big is Star Trek?
That's past my time, unfortunately. Well, I guess they made some movies with Chris Pine in it, but I never watched those, so I had no affinity towards it. The only Star Trek I know is from The Big Bang Theory. Thoughts?
Wow.
Where's my
well,
Big Bang
you
Theory
probably
set?
maybe you know what you need to know. I don't know. Where is our Big Bang Theory set, which would be a whole set of a other IP, an in-world IP that's supposed to basically mirror the mid-2000s of just nerds referencing other IPs that aren't Magic. Jesus Christ, is that what we're doing here?
Oh my God. Cooper was collecting Magic cards.
Anyway, that you just gave me nightmares about a Big Bang Theory Magic the Gathering set.
I mean,
that is
if they're
so
doing
terrifying.
TMNT,
that is terrifying.
Listen, if they're doing TMNT, the sky's really the limit here. I'm going to be honest. TMNT feels like it's so out of left field, even though it's not confirmed yet if that's the case. And I almost feel like anything's possible. Like it really comes down. I feel like what Matt, I don't know if you want to put this in your video, but I feel like what's happening here is like Hasbro has like a bidding and it's like, who wants a Magic the Gathering set? Who is the highest bidder? And then they go from there. Because like I can't imagine a world where they're like, yeah, TMNT, that's gonna sell like fucking hotcakes, man. Can't wait to see it.
I think it's possible, but I think both are possible. I think that there are enough people looking at TMNT and like you have to picture this business wise, and you're like, if we are a CEO in our beautiful office looking out on the Providence, Rhode Island skyline, and a piece of paper comes across your desk, and it's like the one sheet for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is like how many average impressions and how many quote engaged fans and how many toys sold and how many this and how many that. Like you just look at that and you're like, dollar signs.
Yeah,
you do it. You just do it.
I don't know. I think Star Trek is more exciting than TMNT. Am I wrong? Like I feel like. And I don't even know anything about Star Trek, but I know the universe is massive and there's so much they can do with it. And I could be wrong, but based on Edge of Eternities and other like space oriented themes, right? There's I
think they're about here. I'm going to be honest. I think they're about the same. I think they both had their height of like cultural power, TMNT and Star Trek, in the 80s and 90s. And I think that they're both nostalgia plays now to the 30 to 40 something year old consumer who like that thing and know what Magic card is.
So you think both of them are going to be very successful?
I don't know how successful they'll be. I don't think either one will be on the level of a Hobbit, a Marvel superheroes, but I think, are they both going to do better than a Lorwyn Eclipsed? That's honestly what scares me, because if TMNT and Star Trek in Magic do better than a Lorwyn Eclipsed, then the Magic IP is officially cooked.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say
all we have is other IP.
I was gonna say it might come to the point where it's like it's only Universe Beyond stuff, right?
I mean, look right there. They've said it's going to be a 50-50 split. Next year is an anomaly. So it's 3 and 4 Universes Beyond, 3 Magic. They said on stage this was an anomaly, that this was because of a scheduling and a contracting thing that happened. But we've learned over the last few years that doesn't mean they're going to stick to that. They said things that it would never impact competitive player standard. And here we are. All of these are standard legal sets. And oh my God. There you go. So I wouldn't be surprised. You're right. There is a danger of a year where everything except maybe one set is a Universes Beyond.
Yeah, I would imagine if the money goes like that, because Hasbro's going to follow what ends up being successful. And in their mind, right, it's not about how the Magic the Gathering people feel about it. It's more how much money are we making per set and what do we want to focus our funds for. So,
yeah.
It might be an anomaly, but if it ends up being their most successful year of all time, then
then you'll see the direction it goes. Yeah, they'll follow the money. I do think I don't think it's long-term sustainable. I mean, eventually you run out of IP and eventually like the novelty wears off a bit. You can only pump this so far. I think they have to go back someday. I think we're going to look back in 10 years, and I don't think Magic will be dead by any means. I think we'll look back in 10 years and be like, that was the Universes Beyond craze era where they pushed it as hard as they could. And then I think it will have to settle back into like quote unquote regular Magic sets someday. But I think they're going to push as hard as they can for a couple years while people are knocking on the door. And it probably will take some sets actually doing badly, actually underperforming to fix that. And the more they reach into things that don't mix with Magic, the more likely that becomes.
Yeah, but I mean, you say there's not enough IPs, but there's literally like in theory infinite, right? So
in theory, there's a lot of IPs. Yeah, so but
I don't know. It's a weird spot to be in because like it is kind of just the box is already open. How do you close it? And Hasbro, and again, I don't blame them at all, right? Like money is how you make businesses continue going. So like if they're making like triple the profit from all of these, and they're getting their brands into a game that allows more people to get into it, why would I go do Lorwyn Eclipse when I can do Big Bang Theory? So
I am seriously terrified of that. Seriously, if they make a set out of a sitcom referencing other IPs, Oh my God. But
think
it could happen. You're not wrong. It could happen.
Like, I'm
if
just
Big Bang
thinking-
Theory were on the air, it would happen.
Like, I'm just thinking, right? Like, Avatar is obviously a set that I'm very excited for because that's cool. Like, and I'm not even like a diehard Magic the Gathering player. I like Avatar, but they're not even touching like the realm of like video games necessarily. They've only done Final Fantasy as far as I'm aware, right? And
yeah.
Final Fantasy was the most successful set of all time. So like
they did Fallout and Assassin's Creed. I forgot about those.
Yeah,
they
okay.
did Fallout and Assassin's Creed.
But that wasn't like
but
a
not
standard
for
set.
standard.
Yeah, that wasn't a standard set, right? So like you have to put the asterisks on that. I actually think Fallout would have been a lot more successful if they printed it after the TV show came out. But it was way before, I think, right? So there is a chance that like if they do full standard sets just like they did Final Fantasy and they reach some of the really, really big ones, like there's an infinite realm of IPs they can go from there, right? Like it's never ending. TV shows is interesting because I never really thought about the fact that like being in New York feels so weird in Magic the Gathering.
Oh yeah.
There's a ton of games that I can think of that kind of are in the door of what Magic is while being their own thing. And like that is an extremely interesting spot to be in. I actually really hope if they continue doing Universes Beyond, they focus more on like video game IP rather than just movies and stuff. But
Elden Ring
would be sick. I actually think that fits into Magic the Gathering as well. I don't know if you played it personally, but like that's like an excellent place to go. I think Elden Ring would be, Skyrim would be cool, like the Elder Scrolls series. Like there's a lot of video games that I think fit more about what they want to do here than like not to harp on it, but TMNT. Like I don't see the relation.
I'm with you.
I don't see the relation. So,
I get it. So they just announced secret layers with Sony that are like Last of Us, God of War, Uncharted.
Yes, the Last of Us cards were sick as hell. I thought they were so cool, and I think the I really like the oh my god, I like the Kratos one, the red one. I thought the red one was really cool. I actually, and God, I don't remember his character from Ghost of Yote, but like the main dude, Jin. That card looks sick as hell too. Like that is awesome. So, and I think that's like, it seems like that's a very popular secret layer as well, as far as I'm aware. So
I think people are pumped for that. Yeah. And this, I've said it before, but these like secret layer things, I don't think most people have a problem with. You can buy them, you can play them in Commander. It's kind of straightforward in that way, right? So I would like to think like this is probably not what people are complaining about when they complain about like Universes Beyond for the most part. Although even when these came out back in the day, they kind of got complained about as well.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because secret layers are almost like the skins, like cosmetically for Magic the Gathering. Like it's like, oh, here's this fun little thing that you can do with Magic, because often there's like it's like another card. It's just like a redone version of it. Where the Sony ones are obviously their own thing. But when you do like a standard set that's designed for Magic the Gathering, they're not doing rehashes of cards that already exist. It's like its own thing. There's more of a separation there. But again, like if they did secret layers like every single week, then people would probably get tired of it. It's
they're gonna test that at this rate. They're definitely getting close to testing that theory.
Man, I don't know. Like the Sony ones got me. I was like, damn, like these are sick as hell. What are those being released? Actually, I should keep an eye on that.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good looking cards. So anyway. Do you want to look at Avatar cards?
Sure. Sorry, that was you gave me such a good segue for talking about the rest of Universes Beyond.
We couldn't resist. No, I did want to talk about this with you. I didn't know if it was going to make video or not. Now it has. You guys are welcome out there. Anyway, I know how to get you back on track. I'll show you your boy, your best bud.
It's my boy, Zuko. See, this is maybe one of the more weird things about Avatar. Is the firebending is black, right? It's not red. Which is like
firebending is red.
Is it? Are you sure? I thought
but the Fire Nation, multiple Fire Nation cards are black.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I was like, I felt like a flavor miss, but then I think I read something along the line from like an actual. Anyways, Fire Lord Zuko. One red, one white, one black. This feels like Whiplash going back to just looking at cards.
Yep.
Firebending X, where X is Fire Lord Zuko's power. We know what that does. Okay, so whenever you cast a spell from exile, and whenever a permanent you control enters from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, and whenever you put a permanent you control enters from exile. Okay, so that means that Zuko potentially could give you a lot of mana. That's a rough stat line here.
Am I reading this correctly? I think what it's saying, because it says and whenever a permanent enters. So if you cast a permanent spell from exile, everything gets a counter, and then when that card enters the battlefield, you get another counter?
Yeah, I think it's like, isn't it just like when you play anything from hand? No,
whenever you cast a spell from exile,
yeah. No, sorry, you're right.
Whenever a permanent enters. So that's 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature if you cast, like, if you play an Ornithopter from exile, which would be like for 0. That's busted, right?
+2/+2 count. So you get +2, and then on everything you control, and then Zuko as well. Yeah, I mean, it's probably pretty great. The problem ends up being is like, you have to have this on board, and then you also have to have the additional mana for you to cast all of this. Then it works really nicely with air. I mean, this card plus Aang.
Yeah, they're buddies.
Which makes sense, right? Because like they were friends when Zuko became Fire Lord, so that makes a lot of sense.
Spoilers. Anyway,
what do you mean?
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You were worried earlier in the episode about spoilers.
Well, I don't want to spoil cards that are like I don't want to spoil mechanics potentially that are in the show.
Card is literally named Fire Lord Zuko. Yeah, what can we do?
Yeah,
what can we do?
It's already revealed.
Aang is back there just staring at him like this is the best person on the planet Earth who never once had a disagreement. Yes. Yeah, of course.
I didn't actually get to read the comments on how people responded to what I was saying about this show and why he's the best character in the entire show. But this fits the theme of what he is, which is cool. The flavor of this set is so well done. They did such a good job. I think this card is
sweet.
I think this card's good. I think it's good with, like, especially good with Aang. On its own, it might be really, really strong as a commander. It's also nice because you get 3 colors. I just don't know how good firebending is going to really be, but I guess it doesn't have to deal damage. You just have to attack with it. Kind of sick.
That's true. And you get more red mana each time. And then red mana is, of course, the impulsive draw colors. So you use that red mana to exile more stuff, to cast from exile, to make it even bigger. It's kind of a snowbally card. It's pretty nutty.
Did Electro from Spider-Man get played yet? Has it been played?
In Standard, no.
In Commander, is it a playable card?
We played it in Commander, and it was solid. Almost won the game. Did very scary things. It's kind of a ramp card in a very neat way.
Okay, so let me ship you an idea here.
Okay.
Isn't Fire Lord Zuko plus Electro just broken? Like, you get the mana from attacking, and Electro keeps your mana.
The crossover we've been waiting for.
Like,
thank
isn't
God.
that just the strat? Like,
it's not bad. That's not bad. That's pretty darn good.
Listen, I'm cooking here. I have a feeling that might be a strat, because firebending is it's really good if you have the cards to utilize it, like right when you go into combat.
Yeah.
If you kept the mana, I don't know if it works like that. I think Electro says like when you end your turn, you keep your mana or something. I'm not sure how it is.
That's right. Yeah, the red mana does not leave your mana pool as steps and phases end, so you keep that mana.
Ooh. The Avatar Electro Zuko deck is real. You just bank infinite mana, because it's actually, if you think about it, Aang allows you to get more mana from Electro, and because nothing costs any mana, so then you're only getting more mana. So if you need to cast something ridiculously strong, you're creating a mana pool out of nothing. It's disgusting. GG.
Then we have the base game of Hearthstone. Or no, Yu-Gi-Oh! We have Yu-Gi-Oh!
Is there ever been, I don't know if there's ever been because you said Aang's like the first time it's ever had that sentence, like you creating a mana pool out of nothing if you have those 2 cards is actually so interesting. It's such a weird thought process to go through. And that means you have infinite mana to stop people from stopping you. Oh my god. Oh my god. That Aang card is spooky.
Dude, this whole video turns into, with the backside of Aang, it's incredible. Anyway, all art review. What do you think of these textless cards, huh? Have you memorized what everything does?
No, but they are nice. I believe that is from the intro.
Yeah.
like silhouettes. So that is, I mean, I think it looks nice. They don't. There's no text on this card whatsoever because the back would just be magic. So you'd have to know what that is. But it's nice.
All right, let's pay our waifu tax.
Who's our wife? Katara. Katara is your waifu for Avatar?
I don't know. I assume that's the gal. I mean, actually, there's a lot of them, and there's a lot of interesting gals in Avatar.
Katara the Fearless, 1 green, 1 white, 1 blue. If a triggered ability of an ally you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time, and that's a 3. Okay, so if I've learned anything from Hearthstone, Bran Bronzebeard is one of the best cards in the game currently. That's 3 mana. That card doubles your battle cries. That card's insane. Even if it is only there for a turn, that card probably might be game winning.
I'm just looking this card up. Yeah, okay, that's insane. Yeah, that would be a good Magic card too. That's a Magic Commander card all over.
Yeah, like when this card enters the battlefield, you're entered the battlefield triggers twice or something along those lines. So
yeah.
That means that, oh my, wait, it's not. So how good would this be in Magic? I don't know enough about Magic the Gathering cards to tell you how good this card would be. I have to tell. If it's anything like Brand, this is a very good card.
Yeah, I got you. 3 mana for a body that does this is below rate. We were paying, the going rate for like a double all your triggers was 4 mana or 5 mana with some extra text. 3 mana is really low for this. There was a 2 mana version, Starfield Vocalist, that was warped, so it was only on the battlefield for 1 turn. So it was like 1 turn of this. So yeah, this is a pushed rate on this effect, and it's very powerful.
Okay, so you expect this to be really good at Magic. This is also so good with Zuko, by the way. Like
double fire bending, double +1/+1 counters. Yeah, that's right. That's how that works.
I don't know if they probably, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt here. Like if they designed all of these cards to work together, like as the party would in the show, they did a great job. Like
that is 100% what they did. I guarantee it.
It's so cool how all of these kind of work together. I mean, Aang is obviously just its own thing, but like Zuko and Katara both working together when they work together a lot in the show, like cinema, they're doing a great job here. Like this is great. This card must be really strong, I'm going to imagine. But it's nice that it works really nicely with Zuko. You want to
it does both. Only work. It only works with allies, right? And allies are a type in Magic. It existed before. I believe it's a Zendikar type, but they aren't very built out. So this is mostly looking at Katara. This is going to be how Katara interacts with the rest of the cards in this set with the ally type line. But just looking at the legendaries, you already can see where it's going. You know what's going on here. Double triggering your fire bending attack trigger, double triggering Aang's triggers. It's a lot. It's a lot of power.
Sick card. I wonder if Hearthstone doesn't have like trigger effects like, I guess they kind of do. They have like whenever you. We've never had an effect like that for whenever. We've only had it for end of triggers, battle cries, death rattles, hero powers.
But yeah, any trigger from the card definitely. Well, you find ways. It's kind of like Roaming Throne. That's a 4 mana card where you name a type in those type double trigger. Like that is one of the most popular cards in Commander right now.
That's sick. Also, art's very nice, dude. I'm so pumped to open this set. Like you have no idea.
Absolutely.
Holy. I haven't even seen all of the alt arts and all the rest of the cards they're going to reveal. When are they doing the rest of the reveals? Because it's being released November 20th.
Have they announced Avatar preview season? Let me see.
That's so cool. Man, this fucking visa's got to get figured out. I'm so mad.
No doubt. Okay, the set's debuts on October 28th.
Okay.
So end of this month.
Okay. I will be watching and seeing what it looks like.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we could do a watch party. You want to do a watch party on October 28th?
When's the 28th? The 28th is a Tuesday. Depending on when that is, I have a charity event that day, so it'll be a little tough. I think it's at 1. But if
gotcha.
What is it, like a stream or something, and they just showcase it?
Usually they release a YouTube video, but then they do a stream talking about the video. Okay. Yeah, and it's usually at 1 as well, so that's convenient.
Oof. Yeah. Everything. I feel like all these companies are in cahoots when they want to release everything because it's all at once. It's actually so annoying. Like Hearthstone's like early access is like the exact same day as that charity event. So,
ta-da!
They do the shit. Toph, the first metal bender. 1 neutral, red, green, whites. He's also an ally, so that's important. Non-token artifacts you control are lands in addition to their other types. You don't gain the ability to tap for mana. Okay, that's actually extremely interesting. The beginning of your end step, Earthbend 2. So you could pick anything and give it +1/+1 now. And when it dies,
an artifact. It has to be a non-token artifact, but yes.
Oh, sorry, non-token. Okay. And you can make them have haste, and when they get exile or die, they just return to the battlefield as is. Well, tapped.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane? Is that not nuts?
I mean, there's a lot you can do with that. So any artifact now can trigger landfall because it's also a land, which is a pretty big deal. But the idea that, yeah, you can put like 2 +1/+1 counters on your Esper Sentinel and attack with it, and if it dies, it comes back, is kind of messed up. So yeah, this is already, yeah, this is the most built commander in the set right now. Yeah.
Wait, so does that mean when an artifact is earthbended, that means that line of text is there until it dies? Like, it's not till the end of turn, right?
That's right.
Dude, that is not like disgusting. Like, that is, I feel so good. And then you pair it with Aang and it's just over. Like,
why does everything have to be paired with Aang in this video?
Like,
okay.
With Aang, you go Hoth, everything, or I guess it's the start, but you can play a bunch of artifacts to make sure that you have stuff on board for Toph to make sure that they stay, and it's like everything has a guardian angel and just keeps coming back. That is insane. You could also earthbend the same thing multiple times across different turns, right? That is like, that's even more insane. Like, that is based on the wording.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it has to be a land, and it becomes a 0/0 creature that's still a land. So yeah, you can target the same thing again. Yeah, why not?
No, that seems nuts. That seems so good. That seems like such a stupid ass ability. I don't know if that's better than like Katara's. This one requires a little bit more time, but
does it? You can just cast this for 4, and immediately you can earthbend like a land or any artifact, like a mana rock that's on the field, like your Soul Stone. Your Soul Stone is now an indestructible creature.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
Oh my god,
there's a lot of different situations where this card, people probably saw this card and there was like a huge Reddit thread about it, I would imagine.
Dude, your one ring is a land. Your one ring is a land, and it attacks people now. How about that? How about that? Let's go.
The best of all time. That's actually so cool. What an interesting design for this. I'm sure people are excited for this. I'm sure people are.
Yeah, she's kind of crazy. She's a hype commander. The land stuff was already busted. Just to be clear, land stuff got completely busted in the last several sets. But yeah, this card is insane.
I mean, it follows up too because Toph is very good in the show, so really well designed.
Looks and we got the alt arts. We got the sick alt arts as well.
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick. It's sick. I can't wait to. Yeah, I can't say it enough. I'm so excited to open this. There's so much excitement here. This must be how people feel for their own Universe Beyond. This is why they keep doing it. It's like, yeah. I'm in the Magic world, but I'm not like a diehard Magic player, and I'm super excited for this. So imagine this is like your Star Trek or whatever. Makes a lot of sense.
My Star Trek. So mine was Lord of the Rings. That was the one I wanted more than anything, and I got it. And it was that kind of hype where it's like, yes, I want to open this every day. Every day I want to be opening more Lord of the Rings. I want to collect every card from Lord of the Rings that I can. I want to play every game of Lord of the Rings Commander that I can. That is what Lord of the Rings was like when that dropped.
There you go. That's like, that's so exciting. I just can't wait. What else do you got? Is there anything else here?
Oh, I gotcha.
Okay, Sozin? Okay. Wait, so this transforms from the saga. Okay. The Rise of Sozin, 4 neutral, 2 black. Destroy all creatures. Then you choose a card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, or library for up to 4 cards with that name and exile them. Then that player shuffles. Oh my god. Exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. The 3 turns it has to survive. The second one's very good. The first one's also decent, but I don't know if you want to pay 6. Are you good with 6 mana to destroy? Well, you have to wait, right, until you're next to your draw step, so that this is like a delayed removal.
You would prefer, so no, it destroys on enter. So
Okay.
on enter, it gets chapter 1. Then it's after your draw step, the next time you get chapter 2.
6 mana for destroying all creatures is a good rate.
Not a great rate. Not a great rate. You would prefer that in a powered format at 4, and you would take it in most formats at 5. 6 is not great, but most 6 mana wraths don't come with another ability, right? Or they usually come with some kind of upside that has to be good. This is pretty good. Also, it's a permanent. So anything that reanimates a permanent or cheats out a permanent can do this.
What makes it a permanent? Is it...
It's an enchantment saga instead of a sorcery or instant. So yeah, if you have something that's like put a permanent onto the battlefield, like Kona is a card that right now cheats out big enchantments, or Yuna from Final Fantasy resurrects enchantments from the graveyard. Like, you could get the Rise of Sozin.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah.
The second chapter is also really interesting. That is such a commander, like, you're gonna make someone hate your gut. Well, commander, you're only getting 1 copy, but I guess just having the 1 copy is fine.
What do you do with it in commander? Yeah, if you know what they're playing and they're running a certain combo, you can take their card. If they tutored for something, you know there's something in their hand, you can take it from them. Ooh.
There's also, so like, the cool thing about this, and I don't know how much this really matters in commander, but you get so much knowledge of like what is in their deck, because like, if from what I saw from when I played with you, like, you don't share your deck list with people. So by going through their deck and hand, you get to see exactly what they have currently and what they're possibly going to draw into, which is, I think, really powerful, because now at commander you could be like, hey guys, just so you know, like, he has this, which is like, you may not, the person that you're looking through may not like it, but
they don't like that very much. No, they really don't like that. They like their secrets in commander. I've learned they really like their secrets.
That I don't know how valuable that really is. Like, that is such an interesting thought process as well for why this card might be better than just like removing a card from your opponent's deck and whatever. Also, it stops potentially a win condition. Like, we're talking about Aang plus like Zuko plus like Katara. Like, taking Katara away would be massive. So, but also he becomes a creature. Menace Firebending 3. Whenever Firelord Sozin deals combat damage to a player, you may pay X. When you do, put any number of target creature cards with total mana value X or less from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. I was talking about Electro, and this might be nuts with him if you get all the mana. Also really good with Zuko if you're able to buff it up before you attack. This might be too Disneyland.
Maybe but might be too Nickelodeon land.
Yeah, I was gonna, maybe you don't care necessarily though, because you're probably playing, if you're gonna play this, you're probably playing it just for the saga itself rather than getting Sozin. But Sozin's like the I guess the benefit of having this, because at least it's another threat that your opponent has to be concerned for once it flips over.
That's true.
I don't know. Seems like a pretty decent card.
It's a lot tacked on to like a board wipe. It's a lot tacked on to a wrath. So if you can get away with playing this as a wrath and you don't die from it, I mean, wraths, obviously in commander you have ramp, and wrathing isn't nearly as like 6 mana isn't you're already dead, the game is over like it is in standard. The game is just getting going. So if you play this in commander, the odds are you probably will have a turn to use the other ability, and you will probably have a turn with the 5/5 in a casual game. So I would guess this will make the cut there. I want it to be good in standard. I like the idea of Yuna getting back a board wipe, because plenty of times I've been there with Yuna and just not been able to like recover from the position because she's a 5 mana card. But this could blow everything up, and it leaves you with something on the field for later that can also disable a combo deck. That's pretty good.
Okay, so you're thinking this is actually good in standard, potentially?
This is one of the cards that I might see some play in a standard deck, and it would have to be to cheat it out, not to cast it.
Are you paying 6 mana for this? That feels like that feels bad. If you're cheating it out, like you said, then like maybe there's a real chance here.
Yeah, we've already got decks cheating out. We've already got decks cheating out cards. Why not this?
Yeah, I mean, god damn, man, that's pretty sick. I'm curious to see how good the second chapter would be in a game of Commander, though. That is such an interesting. I don't know if you've seen. I'm sure there's other cards that have that line of text, but like the politics behind what that card could do, extremely weird.
In Commander, for sure.
Speaking of Commander, did you play a game with Mr. Negative yet?
Yes, I did.
And how was that?
It's on game nights. If you check out the Command Zones channel, it's there. And it got us, I mean, soft spoilers, but we all of us playing against Mr. Negative were really like torn up on what should we do? And what we decided was you don't let the life totals separate too much. If we keep our life totals close to the same throughout the game, then Mr. Negative, when it lands, can't blow us out.
Okay.
And well, maybe that turns out to be a big mistake.
Did you have fun playing against that though? Like that, like
it was a headache. It made you think a lot, and it punished me, and they were very kind. I think they were trying to make me look good because they cut this from the video. But in my interview, I was talking about it. There's a point where I attack Jimmy with my commander, and I hit him for like 5 or 6 or something, which drops him down to like. I was at like 26. He was at like, I think 29, and it drops him down to 24, me to 26. And the Mr. Negative player, Rachel, is at 19, and she has her Mr. Negative and a way to blink it on the board. So obviously now, me being at the higher life total, am now the prime target for Mr. Negative, and her life went all the way down to 8. So she makes a swap with me that is very bad for me, and it wouldn't have been me if I hadn't attacked another player at the table when I did. It would have been, I would have had a better chance in the game. So it turned out to be a big mistake that I attacked Jimmy with the situation with Mr. Negative, and looking back at it, I didn't even realize that till well after the fact, talking through what were the life totals then? What was the board situation? What was I supposed to do? Yeah. So yeah, that card got me in a big way. Okay.
I was just curious because I remember talking to you about it, about how it's being Commander.
It's interesting. It's really interesting. We should play a game with Mr. Negative sometime.
Yeah, well, if we figure it out.
Well, my interview with the Magic devs are that they're working on 4-player on Arena, so maybe someday we can do that.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
that'd be massive.
Yeah, that would be amazing, right?
I agree.
We could do Commander every week. These Yab sessions could be over Commander.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That would be awesome. I'm hoping they actually do that. That'd be sick. Why haven't they done that already? I feel like that's like a gold mine waiting to happen.
Yeah, they say it's still years in development, unfortunately, but they are. I am talking to a guy who works on it right now, so someday, okay. It'll be fine. The backside of this card, like the idea of transforming this, and then it has summoning. Does it have summoning sickness when it transforms? It exiles it. Yeah. So you exile it, then you return it. So it has summoning sickness. So it's not going to attack till like 4 turns after you've like played it normally. We're officially in rare and land at that point. That's 4 turns. What the hell?
But with Zuko and Electro,
the dream. Yeah. It's also really good with the backside of Aang. I don't know if we talked about that at all in this episode. So
wait, what does Aang do again? Hold on. Forgot.
Actually, it's one of the few cards that doesn't directly synergize with the backside of Aang.
It actually doesn't.
If your spells are free, it's a good card. Crazy. Here, let's read a more simple, very, very straightforward card, okay? This is just a normal card.
Are you saying it? The Cabbage Man. A classic. 2 neutral, 1 green. This could be your commander. Oh god. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, create a food token. Okay. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, sacrifice a food token. Tap 2 untapped foods you control. Add 1 mana of any color. So do you have to pay for the last line of text there?
You pay for it?
Yeah. Because like to tap a food token, right? It is 2, and then you have to tap it. You want to tap food control, you control, add 1 mana of any color.
Oh no, you just have to turn the food token that is untapped sideways. You don't have to sacrifice the food.
Oh my god. Wait, so theoretically against the right deck, this is like his own infinite mana generator. Theoretically. Till you get attacked.
If the opponent casts if any opponent casts a non-creature spell, so every 2 spells your opponent's combined cast is a mana.
Yeah, dude, I just have to, the flavor of this card is so good. Like they did such a good job. Oh my god. I low-key think this card's pretty good though, no? Like that's kind of, if you get to go first, like if you're first in rotation, this card can go crazy. Soul Ring into this, it's GG.
Mark it down. It's GG, guys. It's already over.
The Cabbage Merchant would get you so much mana. Is there anything else that synergizes with food tokens?
Well, I just like Gilded Goose eats food, I guess, to make mana. It's a 1, but I mean that's just more mana. I mean there are other things that work with food tokens. Academy Manufactor is a 3 mana artifact creature that's very popular, and whenever you create a food, instead you create a treasure, a clue, and a food. Is that good?
You tell me. I think that sounds good. Treasure, you get to draw a card or something.
Yeah, every non-creature, a treasure is 1 mana. You just sack it for a mana. A clue is 2 and sack it for a card. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't even need Aang.
Yeah, it's busted.
No, I actually like. I can't tell if you're trolling or not, but in the right circumstances, this just wins you the game. Like, if your opponents would have to be like, this thing needs to die immediately, but by trying to kill it, you're getting mana anyways. Well, then he would have to be on the board because then otherwise you're paying for the food token. That sounds, yeah. But if he lives, right, the dream's there. The dream is there. But it's, dude, it's so. He did such a good job. Like, it's so good. Oh my god.
This might be the green dockside. This might be the green Rhystic Study. Like, this card is crazy and it's legendary. It can be your commander. It's so good.
Is there alt art for did they do an alt art for Cabbage Boy or no?
I have no alt art for Cabbage Man at this time.
He's the main character.
I'm sure he's the main character. I'm sure there will be one. Calm down. It's going to be okay. They have more reveals to do. It's a rare in the set. Every rare, I mean, at worst, it'll get like a full, like an extended art, right? And but oh my god, this card is sick. This card is absolutely
very good.
It's actually it's from what it's called. It's from The Last Airbender Eternal, which is like the extra set. I don't think it's standard legal. Oh. Yeah, I think it's just a commander card.
All these random ass sets are so confusing. There's the beginning.
I don't even know what's legal and standard anymore, and it's literally my job. So we do what we can.
Oh my god. Oh, cool card though, for sure. I like it a lot. Now any food card that gets released, now you can look at Cabbage Man and see, do I want to play with that?
Like any food card, any artifact card, any token card. Like honestly, this card is terrifying. I can't wait to see it like in CEDH where they cast like 20 spells on a key turn and you just have 1 billion food. It's okay.
You're gonna have enough physical tokens like on you.
I can't wait. Oh god, there's gonna be a food token that's got to be a cabbage, right? 100% they're gonna make a food token that's cabbage.
I think that would have to be it. Yeah, there's no other like big food in the show that I think that they would do it for. So that makes sense.
It turns out this is like the best cabbage merchant in the world, like by a mile, right? Like this person is better at making cabbage than any other like creature has been at making a resource other than maybe Dockside Extortionist ever in Magic, which is insane.
I'm so glad the Cabbage Man's going to be playable. That's great. That's great. That's so great. Like, I hope every card is playable. So far, every card you showed me, there's like a chance. I didn't feel this way for Spider-Man. I'm gonna be honest. Spider-Man, the only one that got me going was negative and Electro, I think. But for the rest of them, it's like whatever. This one's like every card you're showing me has potential. Oh my god.
Now I'm gonna make you jealous. I'm gonna show you a card I actually own right now. You ready?
Yeah,
This is in my binder right now.
Wait,
They gave it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, okay. So, wait, what did you get? Like Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta. I don't know if everybody got it, but like at each level there was like a swag bag, and my guest swag bag had a Ahsoka bold boomeranger in it, which was awesome.
You just call him Soka? His name was Sokka.
Sokka.
Sokka bold boomeranger. What a name. One blue, one red. And Sokka enters. Discard up to this is a human ally for the record. When Sokka enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. Whenever you cast an artifact or lesson spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Sokka. Okay. 2 mana to discard 2 and then draw 2. Is that good?
That has never been, to my knowledge, on a 2 mana card, like a 2 mana body before. So like we have multiple cards now that for 3 mana enter and have this effect, and most of them have been playable. Most of them have been very good. Yeah, there's several of them in standard. There are several in historic formats. It's a very good ability. This is the first time it's been on a 2 mana card that I know of.
So you're expecting this to be very good?
I'm expecting this to be very good. Artifact spells are ubiquitous. We know about those. Those are definitely good. Lesson spells were originally introduced in Strixhaven, the first one, and it's on a variety of cards that say learn, and if you learn, you go and get a lesson from outside the game and put it into your hand. This time, the lessons in this set so far that have been revealed are all in the set. Like there aren't learn cards to go fetch them, so they would like be in your main deck. But basically it's a type of spell. What you need to know is it's an instant or sorcery type of spell that usually has an okay rate and does an okay thing.
Okay, so are you mainly playing Sokka here though, just for the first sentence then? The discard 2 and draw that many?
I think you can. I think that's a great start. I think it remains to be seen how many lessons will be playable, but like here's a lesson that they did reveal, which is awesome.
Eloquentia. Oh my god. 1 neutral, 1 blue. Counter target spell unless the controller pays 2. That seems good.
Now I'm going to go on a little thing of this is why Avatar works in the Magic universe, and the fact that you can do things like this. This is a Magic card that is pretty popular. People know this card.
Quench. Oh, so it's literally just the same card, but it's in the Avatar theme. Okay. So good.
Right? Isn't that great? It's so good, dude.
That actually, you know what? It gives me more hope for the TMNT set if they put this much care into what the Avatar set was going to be. You could tell like they really like, you could see how much work they put into the cards themselves. So like maybe the TMNT set ends up being a lot better. Obviously, like it's hard for me to really tell you how good Sokka is going to be, at least in my opinion. In Hearthstone, discarding 2 cards and then drawing that many isn't inherently that great because we only have 30 cards in our deck. And we can't use our graveyard like the same way you guys can. So like that one doesn't seem very like great to me, but I'm assuming in Magic it's a lot better, and I'm assuming it might be played. I don't know if you really want to make this your commander though. So.
Maybe, yeah. I guess it depends how many artifacts and lessons you're casting, because there's commander damage and it's +1/+1 counters, so you could be a +1/+1 counter deck. I think this might be the standard playable one. I really do. Like this I think will get play right now in the VV deck. The VV deck will probably get banned, but then there's still a Mayhem deck that feels similar to the VV deck, which Mayhem, if you remember from the Spider-Man set, is if you discarded it this turn, you may cast the spell from your graveyard. So it creates a form of card advantage all on its own. I think there are decks this would go in standard right now.
That's kind of sick. That's sick. I mean, hearing that makes me feel good because I hope this set does make a splash in the standard, but let's see what they end up doing. Because like if VV's not banned, like does this card actually see play? I don't know.
VV's gonna get banned. I would play this in VV. I would play this in VV right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, how disappointed are you gonna be if they don't ban it?
They basically said they moved the ban window up by 2 weeks for whatever reason, they didn't have to do that. They just did it. And they even said, because we're gonna be banning something, but we want to let the tournament season, the RCQ season, end. Which is like, okay, they're banning VV. Dude, there's no way they're not banning VV. It's done. It's over.
I just think it'd be very
funny. It's over for VV.
Imagine they're like, hey, yeah, guys, we were gonna ban VV, but actually, like, we're gonna keep it.
I don't think I see a card yet in this set that's the next VV, but my God, the Magic community's on the lookout now, because like, were these designed for Standard? I mean, just looking at them, it's like these were definitely designed for Commander. I think.
Well, VV, when you showed me VV, the reaction was that you get, if this lives one turn, the game's over. I think that's what the logic was. So the only card that gives me the same vibes is Aang. Aang almost seems impossible to do in Standard. So I don't know if you have a VV yet. But
what if they come out with a lesson that's like Final Exam, and it's like 2 mana and it says Earthbend, Waterbend, Firebend, Airbend all on one card, and then you just transform Aang on the spot? What if they do that?
Yeah, but isn't Aang to begin with is 4 mana, right?
Yeah.
Or so you'd have to wait a little bit in order for you to get that. You'd also have the mana base for it to play it.
I really think that they're not above putting something in this set that makes transforming it much more trivial.
Well, God
I think that's
you,
possible.
Imagine VV gets banned and then you got to deal with that. I don't even know what's worse.
The world is watching, dude. The world is watching.
You Cauldron Aang. Does that work? Because it would not be the transform side, it would be the base side.
Correct, and it's not an activated ability. It's an ongoing card effect. Yeah, we're safe. But then they'll probably print an Agatha Soul Cauldron that does the same thing that the Soul Cauldron does, but it'll be like, I don't know, Zuko's Soul Cauldron or whatever, and it's gonna copy the whole text of the card. Or something like that. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things that could happen. The only card, I don't even remember if I showed you this card. We're here at the end. I'm going to show you a Spider-Man card. Sound cool? Okay. So this is the card from Spider-Man. Almost no cards from Spider-Man are having a big impact, but this is the one that's kind of got people cooking and doing stuff in the set. And this is the kind of thing that I could see happening in Avatar as well.
Superior Spider-Man. 2 neutral, 1 blue, 1 black. Mind swap. You may have Superior Spider-Man enter as a copy of any creature in the graveyard. Except his name is Superior Spider-Man and he's a 4/4 spider human hero in addition to his other types. When you do exile that card, you're spending 4 mana to get any card out of your graveyard. That's kind of strange.
Either graveyard.
But what are you using this on?
So, good question. Similar to Soul Cauldron, this gives you abilities that you're not supposed to be able to give. It gives you a way to cheat. Specifically, the text is because you enter as a copy of this, you get the battle cry. So check out this card.
Combo. Bringer of the Last Gift. What the hell is this? When this enters the battlefield, if you cast it, each player sacrifices all other creatures they control. Then each player returns all creature cards from their graveyard that weren't put there this way to the battlefield. Holy shit. So does the enter the battlefield work with Superior Spider-Man? I'm guessing it does, because that's the synergy.
Because it says if you cast it, and that's like a safeguard. That's like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Once per turn, like a hard once a turn like move they made to try to keep cards like Bringer from being cheated out. But Superior Spider-Man gets around it. You cast Superior Spider-Man, and it copies the text, and it enters, and it reanimates your whole graveyard and wipes their board.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
That's playable right now.
That's playable right now. And it's just kind of okay. Why? Because Soul Cauldron is still like the most popular card in the format, you know? So that kind of nerfs your deck a little bit if they just go turn 2 Soul Cauldron. But if that's about to get banned, here we go again.
So, pretty much VV getting banned doesn't solve, VV and Cauldron getting banned doesn't necessarily solve any issues because the next person's already lining up.
We'll see. There are other ways to interact with the graveyard. Maybe it'll be okay, but that didn't stop Omniscience from becoming, like the Omniscience Reanimator deck from becoming great. So yeah, I am concerned. This is another card that like breaks through the guardrails and does messed up stuff out of Universes Beyond, which was meant to be probably designed for Commander, not Standard. And it seems like we're repeating the cycle.
Yeah, it's tough. If only you had a way to nerf cards pretty often in a somewhat virtual space. Making it more fun.
Yeah, if only a game ever did that. If only there were some lessons we could learn from people and folks who have played other games. Well, that's why we have you here to guide us through what is amazing about new Magic cards. But you're still hyped for Avatar? We're going to do it. We're going to flip Aang. We're going to cast everything.
If I can go to your place, then yes.
Hell yeah.
I think he's like, that's an insane card for the record. Like, good luck. Like, I feel like that's gonna be so gross.
Good luck, Magic the Gathering. Good luck.